Has Matt Patricia coached his last game as a Detroit Lions head coach?
Did you realize that you are a champion in their eyes?
Subscribe to the members of ISN.
Hey there, football fans. My name is Derek, and this is the Gridiron Blitz. Be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell because here we talk all things football. It's the Monday morning, and we're coming off of a Monday morning loss, so we got that Lions hangover. And I'm sitting, and I heard this yesterday. Some people brought it to my attention about a press conference that Detroit Lions head coach Matt Patricia had after the game yesterday. And how one of the things that people noticed was how dejected he looked, like he knew his time in Detroit was up. I'm not so sure about that. Before we get into the video, I'm going to say something that a lot of people might not want to hear. That is that we allow Matt Patricia to finish the season. But hear me out as to why I say that. One, Bob Quinn has to go as well. So you have to fire both of them. And when you do that, you're going to have to look for a new GM and new head coach, right? The head coach is probably going to be off limits until the end of the season anyway. So that puts you somewhere in the middle of February, right before free agency. In addition to that, I just don't have faith with the defense and with the way Matthew Stafford is honestly playing that Darrell Bevell can change his team and turn things around. So why not let Matt Patricia finish? Him coming to Detroit was not his fault. It was the Fords' fault. So the Fords need to take responsibility, something their coach doesn't do, and keep Matt Patricia all year. Let him finish out the year because the decision to bring him here was your decision, Sheila, and the Ford family. So I personally would let Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn finish the season. Here is the mandate that I would give them. Mandate number one, you must finish better than 9-7. If you get in front of the national media and you make a statement, 9-7 was our record and we couldn't beat the good teams, aka 9-7 wasn't good enough. There's no way you finish 9-7. Okay. Number two, you win the division. If you win the division, that's something Caldwell could never do or coaches before him. The Detroit Lions have never won the NFC North in its 19 years of existence. If he can do that, he stays. And the last thing would be a playoff win, not a playoff appearance, a playoff win. Jim Caldwell took us there 2 times and was unable to win. And the knock on him was he couldn't beat the good teams. Well, Matt Patricia is able to get a playoff win. That's something that has not happened in almost 30 years. That would also earn him a right to stay, in my opinion. Those are my thoughts and my opinion. But I wanted to do a reaction to Matt Patricia's press conference from yesterday. So let's take a look. All right, so here we are. We're going to take a look and react to Matt Patricia's press conference.
Okay. We'll get rolling here. Obviously, not the outcome we wanted. Obviously didn't play well enough all the way across the board. Started fast, really didn't do much there in the middle and then tried to come back at the end. It was just too late at that point. So got a lot of work to do in front of us.
All right. The first thing I do notice is that he's been looking dejected for at least the last 2 weeks. Sheila Hempford supposedly rolled up on Matt Patricia, I don't know where, and had a conversation with him. I'm sure that conversation involved winning, but he looks like a coach that knows that his time is up with the team.
I didn't think our fundamentals were very good today. I think that needs to improve, and we got to coach better and, make sure that we're doing things to help our team win, both playing and coaching. So execution, wasn't good enough. I mean, just give the Saints credit. They came out ready to go, stayed consistent. They didn't panic when they got down early and just were able to operate efficiently all the way across the board. So wait,
he said, I don't think he's allowed to use the phrase wasn't good enough. I'm just saying.
Got a lot of work to do in front of us. What we got?
Justin, go ahead.
Hey, Matt, this seemed to be another one of those games where you couldn't get out of the waves or the ebbs and flows of the game. Kind of talked about that a week ago. Just curious, are you surprised at all that you couldn't figure out how to their offense during that 5-drive stretch? I think it was 5 long drives, not too many really big plays. It was a lot of nickel and diming all the way down the field.
Yeah, I think they did a great job on those drives. I think certainly, exactly what we talk about all the time. The game was up and down. Didn't really feel like there was control in the game at all from that standpoint. And those long drives just, we may have gotten them off track, and then they would get a play to get back on track, and a little bit back and forth there. Never surprised when you play Sean Payton and Drew Brees. From that standpoint, I think Drew Brees does an unbelievable job of, he's so efficient with the ball, and he's obviously very accurate and very calm and poised. So it doesn't surprise me at all. I think different than maybe one of the games we had earlier in the year. I thought that the guys fought all the way through the game and tried to settle it down at the end, which I think they did, but it's just too late at that point. There's too many drives in between.
Yeah, how about 5? How about 5, man?
Michael Rothstein.
Yeah, hey Matt, this is your 14th loss in the last 16 games. Why should people still believe that you're the right coach to turn this around?
Okay. Shout out to Michael Rothstein. Michael Rothstein is a G. Let me tell you something about Michael Rothstein. Michael Rothstein, he did this on purpose because Matt Patricia clowns him usually in the press conferences. He's always picking on Michael Rothstein. So Michael Rothstein hit back. I see what you did there, Mike. Hold on, man. We got to go back. We got to go. I see you, Michael. I see you, Michael. Let's talk about it. Go ahead and do your thing, Mike.
Michael Rothstein.
Yeah, hey Matt, this is your 14th loss in the last 16 games. Why should people still believe that you're the right coach to turn this around?
Obviously, Mike, that's a hard question. Obviously, we just lost to the Saints. Let's just give them credit for this game. They played extremely well, and I know we got a lot of work to do. Certainly, I think when I came to Detroit, there was a lot of work to do, and that's what we're trying to do. Talking about this year right now, we're talking about right now, these first 4 games, and obviously today wasn't good enough. I think after 4 games,
there it goes again. Wasn't good enough. Now you said, wait a minute. So he said that when he came to Detroit, it was a lot of work to do. The guy who hired you, Matt, said that we couldn't beat the good teams, but we were 9-7. Your record is 10-24-1, and you've got a lot of work to do. I disagree. The guy that comes in after you has a lot of work to do. Okay, this dude. Okay, all right. Let's finish. This guy. I can't. I really don't know if you can take Matt Patricia seriously right now.
Our team can really take a look at itself and say, okay, hey, how do we need to play the games? What do we got to do? We've got some work to do during the bye week here, I think, which will be good for us to really take a look at how do we need to play going forward. And I think that's probably the most important thing from that standpoint is what do we do going forward, and how do we win?
So in other words, he didn't answer the question. He has no idea. It sounds like he don't even know. Hey, why are you the right guy for the job? Because. Not when I came here, I had some work to do. Come on, Matt. Come on, bro. You a rocket scientist. You got the pencil, man. It's Rocket Mortgage behind you. Stop playing.
So following on that, all 3 of the losses have been very similar in scope with double-digit leads that you've lost. Where can you change that at this point? Because it seems like it's the same thing over and over again, just different opponent.
Yeah, I don't really think it's the same thing over, though. I mean, if you want to break it down, Chicago obviously was the end of the game where we didn't do a good enough job. I think Green Bay obviously was the halftime swing, and we never really recovered. In this game, I thought that we obviously jumped out early, but it was so early in the game. I don't really, that's just kind of in the first quarter. I think after that, we didn't play very well in the middle of the game, and I thought that we came back at the end of the game and battled to try to give ourselves a chance to win. I think the next those are different. Last week's game, the biggest thing for us, really, bottom line, just consistency.
Wait. I have to hear that again. Not because I had the laugh track on. I got to hear that again. What?
So following on that, all 3 of the losses have been very similar in scope with double-digit leads that you've lost. Where can you change that at this point? Because it seems like it's the same thing over and over again, just different opponent.
Yeah, I don't really think it's the same thing over though. I mean, if you want to break it down, Chicago obviously was the end of the game where we didn't do a good enough job. I think Green Bay obviously was the halftime swing and we never really recovered. In this game, I thought that we obviously jumped out early, but it was so early in the game. I don't really, that's just kind of in the first quarter. I think after that, we didn't play very well in the middle of the game, and I thought that we came back at the end of the game and battled to try to give ourselves a chance to win, and obviously we didn't come through. So I think from that standpoint, those are different. Last week's game is different. The biggest thing for us, really, I mean, the bottom line would just be consistency. I think that's what we got to do is we got to be consistent.
Thanks, Matt.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You lose double-digit leads. The Detroit Lions have lost 6 consecutive games by leading by 10 or more, meaning they were up 10 or more and they've lost 6 consecutive. That all sound like the same thing to me. And did I just hear that with yesterday's game, you were up too early? Wait, didn't I say that yesterday? I literally said yesterday in the post-game show and on the stream that the Detroit Lions need to be in a battle back and forth. They don't know how to hold on to a lead. So you're up by 14, and that's a bad thing. Okay, because it was too early. Okay.
Dave?
Hey, Matt, a couple things just to first follow up on what Mike asked first, I guess. Do you have any concerns about your job heading into the bye week here?
Yeah, again, Dave, I mean, let's just talk about the Saints game. I mean, I'm just trying to get us to play better than what we did today. So,
that looks like a yes. See, that looks like I'm no expert in body language like other people on YouTube. However, that looks like a man that knows he's about to get fired.
I come to work every day, trying to do the best I can to help this team win. We got great guys in that locker room, and we got to find a way to win.
All right, there was the COVID scare, I guess, that New Orleans had last night. Was there any talk amongst your players about not playing today, or how did that, how that unfolded, I guess?
No, we just got up ready to go. I mean, the league obviously has policies and procedures in place to make sure everybody's safe, and we just go play.
And then, you used that one challenge early, obviously wanted to know what you saw in that challenge, and then not having that challenge, I guess, did that impact any of the decisions late to not challenge the one fumble and I guess being chief among them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the one view we saw, which was he kind of landed on top of the defender and when the ball came out. So we thought we had a good chance at it, and it just took a while, and then eventually we saw the other view. So figured it was obviously a game where we were trying to get as many possessions as we could, knowing how good they are. And
AKA I'm trying to save my job. That's what that is. Let me do everything I can do to save my job.
That one didn't work out. It doesn't matter really in a game, no matter what, when you challenge early, it definitely affects what you do later in the game if things come up that you want to try to challenge. So, that's part of the challenge process.
All right, thank you.
Ed?
Matt, you spoke to the success that Drew Brees and the Saints have on offense and what they are coming in. You gave them credit, but you've also, made a career for yourself as a defensive mind in the game. At this point in your career with this Lions team, is there frustration for you that this defense isn't maybe where it should be in your eyes?
I think obviously there's, I think we all think we can play better and coach better. So, from that standpoint, we know we got a lot of work to do, and that's what we got to do. We got to go back and we got a long season in front of us, but we got to get going. We got to get some of this stuff fixed that looks good at some points and not good at other points. That stuff's got to be more consistent than what it is, and a lot of that has to do with the fundamentals. So that's really what we got right now.
And then on the other side of the ball on offense, you guys have started consistently. It's almost like what Bevel draws up on paper seems to be working. The adjustments seem to maybe not be there. Are you seeing a consistency in that through 4 weeks?
Again, I think obviously we've been able to start pretty fast here, which has been great. And I think what we've got to try to do is sustain that, and certainly in a situation where we get up, large numbers here early for us, we got to stay on it. We got to keep our foot on the gas all the way across the board, all 3 phases.
No duh.
Hey, time for 2 more, Larry and then Wojo. Larry, go ahead.
Matt, how problematic was their running game in particular? It seemed like they were really moving your guys off the ball, and share your thinking on going for 2 late there.
Yeah, definitely. I think the run game is something that they've been doing at a high level, and certainly their defense has stopped the run at a high level. So we knew that was going to be a big challenge for us. I think from our aspect of it, we got to just do a better job all the way across the board, coaches and players, and making sure that we get the run game stopped. there's going to be runs in the game. They've got two really great backs, and they've got an offensive line that runs the ball well. And when those things happen in the game, we gotta answer. As far as the late in the game, obviously, the situation is you look at those where if you decide you're going to go for two, and you can do that or decide that before the first touchdown, then you can go forward and give yourself two chances with the 2-point conversion.
What
was your last question?
Matt, with the defense and the problems that have persisted, do you yet know what you have personnel wise? Are you still searching for who fits where and which players should be playing more? It seems like every week there's some juggling there. Is that an issue?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's we definitely we have some players out there that we want to get out in certain situations, and we're trying to get them out there, and obviously just looking for the consistency, from that aspect of it, and trying to get guys to settle in and play consistent. So from that aspect of it, we're still have some moving pieces.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks.
So there you have it, Lions fans. Coach Matt Patricia at the podium after yesterday's games. Man, a few takeaways. The dude looks like he's going to get fired. He avoided every question as far as his job, as far as the defense. It's all standpoints and perspectives and views, when at the bottom line, it's about winning football games. And Matt Patricia looks like a guy who, A, has no idea what he's doing, and B, knows that his time in Detroit is over. Now, remember, Sheila Ford rolled up on him earlier last week, and I know that conversation, whatever it was, it has to be in his head. So I'm thinking the conversation goes one of two ways. A, we got your back. B, you got to win. That didn't look like a coach right there who was confident in the future of his job here in Detroit. So let me know what you thought of Matt Patricia's press conference in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Ring that notification bell because it allows you to get notified every time I upload a video. My name is Derek. This is the Gridiron Blitz. I want you guys to take care, be safe, because I want to see you in the next video.